Let's take a brief step back to last year, when Norman built this small plywood cabin for shelter when Sylvia and he first got to Alaska. He didn't have any formal plans or blueprints at the time, just an idea of what he wanted and the basic skills to make it happen. We hope this is useful to you and will help guide you to make your own plans. Building the plywood cabin. The build begins without ceremony. There's no blueprint spread across a table, no long list of materials. Just a rough idea, a few willing hands, and the understanding that whatever goes up here has to stand against the cold, and do it soon. The footprint is simple, 12 feet by 16, large enough for a stove, a couple of bunks, and a narrow path between them. Small enough to build quickly before the weather turns. They start with the floor. A rectangular frame is laid out using basic lumber. Nothing fancy, just what's on hand. The corners are squared by eye and experience more than measurement, then nailed together solid. Cross joists go in next, spaced evenly to carry weight and keep the floor from sagging under winter loads. Once the frame is together, they do something that might seem unusual. They flip it over. Out here, you don't always build in the proper order. You build in the order that works. With the frame upside down and resting on skids, the open cavities are exposed. That's where the insulation goes. Whatever material is available, fiberglass, scrap, anything that traps air, is packed in tight. No gaps, no wasted space. Heat is too precious to lose through the floor. Then a sheet of plywood is nailed across the underside, sealing everything in. It's not elegant, but it's effective. The cold won't come up through that floor easily now. Once it's secured, the whole structure is rolled and levered back over onto its skids. That floor, solid, insulated, and already carrying its weight, becomes the foundation. From there, the walls go up quickly. Each wall is framed flat on the floor, then lifted into place. 8 feet high, tall enough to stand comfortably, but not so tall that it wastes heat. Studs are spaced simply and nailed fast. There's no time for perfection here, only for strength. Openings are left for a door and a couple of small windows. Light matters, even in winter. As each wall is raised, it's braced in place until the next one joins it. Soon the four sides are standing together, forming a box, tight, square enough, and already beginning to feel like shelter. Then comes a roof. A ridge beam runs the length of the cabin, supported at each end. Rafters are cut and set one by one, leaning inward to form a simple pitched roof. The angle is just enough to shed snow, which will come heavy in the months ahead. Plywood goes up over the rafters, nailed down in steady rhythm. Each sheet adds strength, tying the structure together. There's no wasted motion now. By this point, everyone knows what needs to be done. Somewhere along the way, a stovepipe is fitted through the roof. That detail matters more than almost anything else. Without heat, none of this holds. By the end, the shape is unmistakable. A small cabin, plain plywood walls, a door, a window, a pipe reaching up into cold air. It isn't pretty. It isn't meant to be, but it stands. And in a place where winter doesn't forgive mistakes, that's enough.